All right, happy Wednesday.
Indeed,
everyone.
indeed.
You want to start with the weather?
Well,
we start with the weather.
Fair enough.
Start with the weather.
Fair enough. We're having some. It's a little coolish outside. We had a nice couple of warm days earlier in the week. Now it's turned off a little cool. Good news is, looks like it may warm up going forward. We're going to have I think Friday will be a little bit cooler, but it's going to start warming up just a hair. I think we're headed towards spring, friends, and that means a little bit warmer weather and a little bit more sunshine, hopefully, and of course, everybody's favorite, a little more pollen. Yeah. So,
well, in March used to make me excited about something else.
Well, yes.
It used to make me excited about basketball. And I'm sitting here thinking, you're sitting in your dark blue, and I'm in light blue, though I do not pull for this color team at all.
Well, I don't think it's going to matter much this year. I'm enjoying hockey season right now, but that's all I'm going to say right now. But anyway,
well, we've covered the weather. Well, we've covered sports.
There we go.
So let's move on to church business.
Fair enough. I think that's fine. That's fine.
Specifically, our Lenten offerings. You should have received a Lenten envelope by now. If you haven't, we have them at the church. Those of you who've been attending here are very familiar with Lenten offerings and how it goes, but we just want to remind you, we're thinking of a goal. It's $1 a day per person in your household.
Right.
And the proceeds will go to cover 3 mission areas, preschool, child care, scholarships for both, and the Salvation Army as well. So just keep that in mind, and we look forward to receiving those on Easter.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This Sunday, we're very excited that the children's Sunday school class, the K-5 Sunday school class, is going to be starting back up under Laura Davis's leadership. So that's there. So all of our children, 5th grade and under, will have Sunday school available at the church this Sunday. So we're moving right along.
Absolutely.
We're moving right along.
Absolutely.
Another thing, children's and youth related, I guess, would be the next Thursday, March the 11th. There's a barbecue chicken dinner hosted by the Scouts. It's a fundraiser for them, $10 a plate. And what I hear is you get a whole half of a chicken.
Wow. Sounds
that
like
might fill me up. Might.
Yeah, you go.
Might. And so, gentlemen, don't let your ladies cook next Thursday.
There you go.
And you don't cook. You come and get a plate, pay for it for them. And
there you go.
And there you go. You got dinner next Thursday covered.
And that's contact Matt Sofer if you've got any questions. He'll be glad to answer those.
I do believe there are tickets on sale for that.
Right.
I don't know if you have to have a ticket, but I think there are.
I would check with Matt, I think.
Check with Matt about it.
Yeah.
And this Sunday, there's a youth parent meeting, and a very important meeting for the youth. There's something about balloons being popped.
Yeah.
Contact Darwin more about that. Anything with loud noise, I might want to stay away from.
Yeah. I think the big thing is talking about their life together and what that will look like, and getting the parents engaged as well. Sounds like an exciting time. Hope you'll come.
I think they've got plans for the rest of the year to unveil. So that's what that's about. So.
Absolutely.
And I heard they had a good time on the ski slopes.
That's what I hear as well. Very
a little bit jealous, but we had a wonderful weekend here
in
the nice warm weather this time.
Yes, we did, and we are in the season of Lent, and want to thank everybody who's engaged in the 2 studies we have going on. The Wednesday night study that Stephen and I are leading, and of course the Monday night Zoom study led by Brother Tom Jacobs. And we're having several folks engaged in that, and we're very grateful for that. Hope you will continue to do that, as well as our devotions. And we're thankful for everybody who's tuning in and who's enjoying those. We're enjoying doing those as well, and trust that they are a blessing to you as we continue to move forward. We're beginning to make our plans for closer to Holy Week and Easter, and we'll be revealing those as we move forward. And we trust that good days lie ahead for us, and we're excited about those. And hope you get a chance to go out and enjoy the sunshine this afternoon. And until we hear from you again, I think we've got the devotion coming up. And until we see one another again, God bless you. We love you. Good day. I want to share with you just a few words. Our text for today is from John, the 9th chapter, verses 1 to 7. And if you'd like, you can read all the way to verse 41. It's a very interesting story. One of the great questions of our time, I think, is the question of theodicy. In other words, if God is all-powerful, then why is there suffering within the world? For the people in our text for today, there was only one answer. If somebody's suffering, then it's because someone has done wrong. There's a sort of a theology that goes on in the Old Testament that we call blessing cursing. In other words, if you do good, then God will bless you. But if you do bad, then God's going to send trouble your way. And so in our story, there's a man who's been blind since birth. And the disciples asked Jesus the question, well, he's blind obviously because somebody's done something wrong. So who sinned, this man or his mom and his dad? And Jesus responds to this by changing the situation. He approaches the issue by focusing on God. This is not about the man and his parents earning this punishment or about how this has happened to him. It's all about how God's love can redeem and transform this man and set him free. And Jesus, of course, goes on to heal this man. I think that's one of the great challenges we have as believers, is to come into situations of adversity and change the question from why has this happened to me to how can God redeem this situation that I find myself in. And I think that's the great challenge for us as believers, is to move from the why to the how. And when we move from the why to the how, I think we find that God's grace can do wondrous and marvelous things even in the midst of our brokenness. And so I hope that we will dwell on that and think about that in our times of adversity. I hope that we can begin to ponder with God's grace how to move from the why to the how, because God is there. Let's have a word of prayer now together. God, we thank you for not leaving us alone in the midst of our difficulties. Thank you for Jesus, who is the light in the midst of our darkness. Help us to see you and trust in you even amid our suffering.